guys, welcome back to the vlog. Welcome to Work to Live Diaries and welcome to a work from home day in my life. Whenever I do a full work from home day in my life, it always reminds me of when I started my YouTube channel because I feel like that's how I actually started to find myself and like my place on the internet. And back in 2020 when everybody was working from home and we were all just seeking some sort of comfort and company, I was doing so many work from home day in my life. And so it always makes me very like nostalgic but happy whenever I do another one. I'm just finishing up getting ready. I like put a little bit more effort into my outfit today. I had a very early morning. I went to yoga class this morning and I had a whole morning routine. I even was able to go to the grocery store this morning, and then I actually also just like fixed up my hair and that's it. For this work from home day in my life, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more just like about my job in general because I feel like it's been a while since I've done that. And for anybody that might be new here, I do work from home full time and I work in operations at an accounting firm. And during lunch, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about being a full-time manager working in corporate, but also making YouTube videos, some sort of content for anybody that might be interested in it. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about that during lunch today. But for now, let's start our work day. Also, this is my dog. This is Beast. He's very sleepy today. Before we move on with today's video, I just want to give a big thank you to Branch for sponsoring today's video. If you guys watched a few videos back, this is my new standing desk. I've been using this for a couple of weeks now and I love this desk so much. This is actually my first time upgrading my standing desk ever since I got my first standing desk like back in I think 2020. I was honestly just really in need of an upgrade. It was getting to the point where my desk like wasn't properly standing and sitting anymore. And so I really wanted to find something reliable and I did a lot of research and that's how I found Branch. This right here is the Duo standing desk and there are a couple of dishes to show you guys, but first off, can we just appreciate this beautiful wood top? It is absolutely stunning. I feel like it goes really well with the rest of my work from home setup because it's very like white and colorful and stuff otherwise, but there's some warmth added back with this wood top. And this is the 48 by 24 size. This is the middle size. There's a smaller size for anybody that has a smaller space and there's even a larger size too for someone that has a larger space than mine. I also got the drawer included too, which is so nice because I was able to add all of my organizers in and all of my notepads, all of my wires and stuff, and it just keeps everything so organized without having so much clutter. And then actually below, you can see that I also have the cable organizer too. This cable organizer was actually amazing in terms of putting everything together because I have a lot of wires. I have my laptop docking station, I have my monitor, my speakers and stuff, and then also just like the actual standing desk. So getting a cable organizer, I would highly recommend you guys add that in. And what I love is that this is actually an OLED screen and you can save two different heights. My sitting height is 29.8 inches, but then if you double tap, then it goes automatically to my standing height of 42.2 inches. When it comes to my work from home setup, having something that's high quality is so important to me. I don't want anything to ever go wrong. I want my work from home setup to feel luxurious, but also very functional and very long lasting. And that's exactly what the standing desk is. There's a lift capacity up to 275 pounds, 20 feet adjustment range and collision detection too. And it was also just really easy to put together, honestly. It took us maybe 30 minutes to actually assemble the desk together and then an extra 30 minutes to make sure that the drawer and the cable organizer and like the whole entire setup was complete. So I would say all in all, the entire process was maybe around like an hour to an hour and a half to like fully transform my work from home setup. The lift range for this desk is 28 to 47.5 inches. And this is also a top pick standing desk by Wirecutter, which is awesome. And Branch right now is actually holding their sale of the year where you can get up to 20% off site wide. And if you guys use the link in my description box, then you'll also get 5% off your purchase. It's also just really nice. I feel very treated because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I think I was just really in need of like a work from home setup refresh. So if you guys are interested in checking out Branch, they don't just have this standing desk, they have so many different types of standing desks. They have chairs, they have L-shaped desks, and you guys should check them out while they're doing a really good deal right now. With the new year coming up, it's the perfect time to really reinvest in your work from home setup or just invest for the first time ever and treat yourself to a standing desk. You're working so much of the day anyways, and even though work is not our entire lives, it does take up a majority of our work days, and I think it's important to feel like you have a good productive setup as you are working 9 to 5 or whatever hours you work. Thank you so much to Branch for sponsoring today's video. Let's log on and get started with our workday. Here's what the to-do list is looking like this morning. This is my daily planner from Dream Daily. I love this so much. For my schedule, I started at my yoga class just because I wanted to include it. And then everything that's highlighted out in pink is when I want to have like focus blocks. I love the layout of this entire planner. I just feel like it's really nice, honestly. And the front is so pretty. She actually just released these in brown, and I'm like hitting myself that I didn't get brown, but this is the linen color. I just want to make sure that I can keep it clean. It's nice too because we have little tabs here, so I can go immediately over to my notes if I want to take notes in the future. I used to be a notepad girly when it came to my work stuff, but it's just honestly been nice having a planner, and this has like so many days too. I think this has half a year worth of daily setups, and it's just really nice. There's also like monthly setups too and goals and stuff, but since this is mainly just for work, it's just for my to-dos and stuff. Okay, it's lunchtime. This is like my favorite part of the day because, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about this, but I'm gonna take my lunch break away from my desk. You have to. I don't always, but you have to. Now, I actually have some options for lunch today, so I'm not exactly sure what I want. I could do a yogurt bowl, but honestly, I'm wanting taco salad, guys. Let's make it. It's really easy. This is everything that you need for a really good, easy taco salad. Greens of choice, mine is shredded cabbage. I'm literally gonna do like half of this. A protein of choice, this is chicken crumbles that we got from Costco. Cowboy caviar from Trader Joe's, guacamole, jus sauce for our dressing, and since I have it, pico de gallo. Wearing a vest during my work from home days is really nice. Sometimes I get too hot if I wear a sweatshirt, and other times like I just want to feel kind of more put together, and I feel like a vest actually does that. Like I used to think I could only really wear my vest outside of the house, and then I realized I didn't have to. While we take our lunch break, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more just in general about having a 9-to-5 corporate job and for me it's YouTube, but I want to like generalize that a little bit more because maybe you're watching and you're not really interested in starting your own YouTube channel, or you don't want to make content or something. But these 2 tips that I'm about to share with you guys have really helped me just have a better relationship in general with working corporate. I feel like a lot of times, and I have moments like this myself where I'm like, why, like what is all of this for? I'm working a full-time job, and like it's like not the most riveting thing ever. I've been working full-time now for over 5 years, and I'm a manager now in corporate. And I think that every single industry is different. So obviously take my tips and everything with a grain of salt. It's very different for each person depending on what company you're working, what industry you're in, what kind of team you're on, what your day-to-day responsibilities are. And I honestly just don't really find value in like sharing what my day-to-day responsibilities are because they're so different for everybody. But in general, I think something that's really healed my relationship with having a full-time corporate job and also having a YouTube channel or something on the side, 1, boundaries, and 2, hobbies, passions. I think that they're kind of the same thing. I feel like a hobby when you're working full time is just something that makes you happy that's not your job. And it could be anything. For me, it's YouTube. And even aside from YouTube, it's running. But for you, it could be reading or journaling or doodling or practicing calligraphy or painting or even just like watching shows, but maybe having a journal to reflect on the shows that you're watching and why you like them and stuff like that. Having hobbies and passions, like having something to put my energy into that relates to me and like contributes to my self-growth outside of working hours is what's really helped motivate me to have a better relationship with my job, because I want to keep my job. I want to do a good job at my actual job. If I can do both of those things, then I can allow myself and like basically support myself financially with having hobbies and passions. And then also it just gives you something to like think and talk about outside of work too. I think no one wants to be that person where you're constantly talking about work. I think having something that resonates with you and can help you identify who you are outside of work really starts with what you're passionate about, what you're interested in, and what your hobbies are. And also there's always time in your life, no matter how old you are, to have new hobbies too. But you can't have the second thing, hobbies, passions. I feel like you can't really execute them well unless you establish boundaries at work, because similarly to like me not wanting to talk about work all the time, I feel like having boundaries with work, like really setting strict boundaries with my coworkers, my boss, myself, even with these are my working hours. This is when I can devote 100% of myself and my focus and my productivity to my job. And outside of that, I will work with myself so that I can show up to work the next day ready to work. Because if you're working all the time, 100% of the time, past 9 to 5 or past your working hours, when you don't really necessarily get paid to do that, then I feel like it establishes unhealthy work-life balance, and it basically blurs the line of what your boundaries are with work and life. The stronger that those boundaries are, the more opportunity you really allow yourself to have hobbies and just like work on yourself. And it takes small steps too, like this, like actually taking my lunch break away from my desk. And if you guys are caught up on Work to Live Diaries, I don't do that all the time. The 2 tips of having hobbies and passions and having healthy boundaries with work, that's not easy. And you don't have to do it like 5 out of 5 days to feel like maybe over half the week, like 3 out of 5 days, then you can feel proud of yourself. Or even just one time if you didn't do any the last time. There's no perfect set of boundaries, no perfect set of hobbies, and there's no perfect way to go about either of those things. But for me, that's like what I try to ground myself with. I'm like a very big believer in grounding yourself with certain thoughts, beliefs, morals, reminders. And for me, boundaries and hobbies are really the best way that I've been able to ground myself when it comes to having a healthy work-life balance. And those are really just like umbrella terms of tips. Like having healthy boundaries also means taking enough PTO, not actually working on the weekends unless obviously like there's a fire alarm and you have to, or mental health days, you know? And similarly for hobbies and passions, it's going to a workout class, or maybe attending your local run club or walk club, or going to a book club, anything like that. And to finish off, I'm not saying you have to have both of those things or you have to follow those 2 tips. Those are just ones that have worked for me. And I like to have these lunch break chats with you so that it can help kind of start your thinking and reflecting on what are the things that matter to you when it comes to having a good work-life balance. And just like enjoying your job. Like for me, having hobbies and passions, it helps me compartmentalize my life, which I really like. So I have like work, I have my hobbies, I have people, I have running, I have stuff everywhere. And I just try my best to be as aware as possible with how I'm actually doing at all of those different things in life. And there's no perfect day and there's no perfect life, there's no perfect person, but I think the best that you can do is genuinely just trying your best. Okay. That's my lunch break chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry if there's food in my mouth or something. Comment below too if you guys have anything that really grounds you when it comes to your work self or having hobbies and stuff, because I would love to know. And when it comes to how I make time for my hobbies, you just have to incorporate it genuinely into your daily life. That's like the easiest way that I can say it. I'm gonna finish my lunch, get back to work, and I'll talk to you guys during my midday snack. You guys know what it is. It's 2 p.m. and this is usually the time, not 2:30 on the dot. This is the time where I do my dishes. This is what we have realistically. I'm very diligent about doing my dishes before bed. So this is kind of what happens throughout the day. I used to be the person that would do their dishes like right after they finish eating so that the sink is always clean. But I don't know what happened. One day I just started piling them up, and I still do them every day to be fair, but I'd rather just kind of get a lot done at once than like always do it. But I'll never let it pile for longer than like half a day. I don't know if that's like normal or not, but yeah. And then I will reward myself with a sweet treat snack when I'm done. Here's where we're at with the candy jar. The last time I showed it to you guys, it was full, and literally here's how it looks basically 7 days later. Me and Thomas we just really like candy. I'm gonna have a little octopus and then a couple of these mini bubs. If you guys haven't tried bubs, you have to. It's worth every penny. They're just like, there's no texture like Swedish candy. It's also time for us to go outside, mister. You wanna go outside now? He's like, I do not wanna go. Let's go. Let's go this way. Hi guys, happy end of the day. It is 5:07. I'm finishing up getting ready. The nice thing about kind of getting ready this morning is that I didn't need to do so much after work. I actually have plans today to go to happy hour with my friends Hanan and her friend Alexandra, who I'm meeting for the first time. So I'm very excited, and it'll be nice because it is a Tuesday. Tuesday is like the worst day of the week for me mentally. So I'm like, I would like to have a social plan to kind of help me get through the day. I think we're just gonna have mocktails though, which I'm honestly all down for, especially on a Tuesday. I'm just finishing up my outfit. I love this trench coat. It's so pretty. It's from Cezanne and I got it in this like beautiful camel color. I love the way that you can fold over the sleeves like this. It's so pretty. And then I'm just wearing the same shirt that I wore earlier today with a pair of jeans. And I think that is everything. Well, I guess that marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much again to Branch for sponsoring today's video. Again, you can click the link in my description box if you guys want to check out the sale of the year. I love my standing desk so much and it was just the perfect refresh that I needed. And when it comes to holiday deals, I feel like something like a standing desk or a piece of furniture is the perfect thing to really invest in when you get such a big discount on it. Other than that, I'm headed off to happy hour. I hope you guys enjoyed overall this work from home day in my life. I always love doing these just because it really brings me back to like my roots, like I said earlier this morning, and it was just a really nice day to spend with you guys. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I post new videos twice a week in 2024. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video, but until then, miss you already.